go live. We about to be live.
You gotta pop this up.
Yeah, I know.
It's on you.
Damn, yo. I'm struggling.
It's a really good intro.
Yeah, I know. Welcome to the Also Like Podcast,
Hey, yo.
episode 60. I am your host, Mr. Phoenix.
Here with Chili.
TJ Preme.
Yeah, TJ Preme.
Preme.
Bro, I'm about to have to get a knife for this. Do I have
Yeah.
scissors,
Yeah,
man?
let me see.
You need a key or something?
I think I got it.
Hell yeah.
All right, there we go.
So where'd the Preme come from?
So you probably don't know, but I'm a rapper. Well,
Okay.
I was a rapper back in the day.
You still
Okay.
a rapper, bro. You
And
so
so,
not active rapper.
yeah, not as active, but I used to rap, and like I had the Supreme jacket on.
Okay.
And I was like,
He loves Supreme.
Yeah. So
Okay,
this
makes
is like TJ Preme,
fair enough.
made it up or whatever.
It's slick. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I tried to get him to change his name. I want him to be Supreme. Supreme.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're so premium, dog.
I don't know.
I'm gonna send you this link.
TJ Preme's pretty slick.
It is slick. It is slick. Oh, see, I'm over here playing it back in the air.
Oh, is this for the live stream?
Yeah, I'm about to send it to you. I haven't even.
That was trippy for a second. Hearing that back.
We trippy, man. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. There was a time that I was trying to get you to be, the next co-host of the Awesome Life podcast, and you kept dicking around.
Yeah, I just got too busy, man. I think fucking. So back to your thing, like I was a rapper, right? And that was what I was dedicating my life to. I was 100% dedicated. About to move out to California, like it was a whole big thing. And then I was like, damn, I need to start making more money, And then I also met my wife, and it was a bunch of different things.
So
Why? Y'all married?
Engaged now.
Oh,
okay.
Congrats on that. Yeah.
When did you do that again?
Christmas.
All right.
Oh, on the day of Christmas?
Yeah, like
You stole Christmas now.
Yeah, no, everybody fucking proposed their girlfriend on Christmas.
I know. That's
Right.
Johnny Lanigan?
Yeah.
His son was gonna propose to his
Girl on Christmas.
Yeah, he was like, everybody's gonna do it, so I'll just do it the next day. So he proposed to her on the 26th.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I sent you the live stream, so you want to send that to your friends. I'm gonna send it to a couple of our friends.
Oh yeah.
So TJ's in the car business.
That's
We'll
right.
get back to the rapping. That's how we met.
Okay.
He's like my protege. I trained him.
Really?
He's under my
Okay.
wing.
Okay.
He's supposed to be the king to replace me,
Oh.
but instead it's George Arcienega.
Yeah, I mean, I don't dedicate as much time as I should to work.
Sure.
I don't believe in it as much as
You gotta live, man.
Yeah,
It's one thing working at a dealership, man. You have got to live. It feels like you're always there.
I would hate to I don't want to work to live, or I'm sorry, I want to work to live, not live to work.
I feel it.
I don't have that mindset of I want to be passionate about it, and it's not that I'm not passionate about selling cars, but to me, it's just like another job.
Definitely. No, absolutely.
So whatever it is, I just want to. Let me send this text.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this. I'm gonna put it on Snap, so we see if we can get some people to join in. You can do the same thing, Chili.
I got you.
But yeah,
I'm not slick with it, but
I don't want to dedicate. It's not something I want to do for the rest of my life.
definitely.
And I don't even know what I want to do for the rest of my life.
And not most people our age do.
Yeah.
How old are you again?
27.
27.
28 this year.
How old were you when you started the business? 23?
It was 2019.
It was that late?
3 years I've been doing it. Yeah, 3 years. It was 3 years, September 13th of 2022.
Oh, you've been selling cars?
Selling cars,
Okay.
yeah. And I didn't do it beforehand or whatever, I was selling cell phones.
He's at Cricket.
Cricket?
Okay.
Okay.
I
So
was slanging fucking cell phones.
So best job you've had so far? Most
Yes.
money? Most money?
Most money.
Most money,
Yeah,
okay.
Be careful. I was in this guy.
No, it's fine. But whatever. I don't care. But it is like,
Could I send this to Andres and Roy?
yeah. I have the most like
Old managers or
one's a manager.
okay.
I have the most freedom at this job. I feel like it's kind of like I'm not working for myself, but I am kind of working for myself.
In a way, definitely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Like you get out what you put in when you sell cars.
Exactly.
True.
And if you want to make money, and that was my whole goal going into the car business was to make more money, and I certainly have, but it's not something I want to do forever, and I'm not in love with it. But I don't think there's any job in the world I'd be in love with that I could be like working for somebody else.
Okay, I was gonna say, what about rapping?
Rapping would, but the state of rap has changed a lot.
What and how so? I'm just curious.
Have you seen that guy like floating around like TikTok and shit, like Instagram, and he's like da-na-na. You haven't seen that guy?
No, I don't be on the TikToks like that.
The Tic Tac.
This guy,
Yeah, like the song says.
I'll tell you in a couple days, maybe a couple weeks, you'll see this guy and you'll be like, oh shit, that's
the guy he's talking about. That's kind of how it happened with Andrew Tate. I didn't know who he was.
Oh, really?
And then all of a sudden,
blows up.
I just see a couple videos. I'm like, and then he's all in my feed.
Anywhere you go, Facebook, Instagram, fucking YouTube, it doesn't matter.
But that guy, like, it's just bullshit. Like, he'll say 4 or 5 bars and then go, shh. He'll be like, girls pulling up to the house and we, and it's like that.
Just like that?
That's not actual rap, though. That's not like it's not, you're not going to hear that on the radio.
And he's going viral. But who cares about, like, the
radio anymore?
You know what I mean?
It's how viral you are on TikTok and
Well, bro, think about the Island Boys. Like, whenever they were relevant, like, sometimes it's literally just the dumbest shit.
Yo, they missed out on a great opportunity. As famous as they are, they're more infamous than they are famous.
Definitely.
It's more like a joke.
Yeah.
Yo, all they had to do was get with T-Pain. T-Pain make a fire beat, auto-tune the shit out of them, and that would have been a fucking hit.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have been able to understand them, but it'd be all right. It would have harmonized. Yeah. It would have auto-corrected everything.
And I feel like if we're talking about rap, 20 years ago, it wasn't about harmony, right? It was about like lyrics and how somebody, like a rapper, could speak to you in a way, like I feel like 20 years ago, people more listened to the lyrics rather than the harmony. Nowadays, it's all about the harmony. Like if the beat's fire and it flows well, it's a hit. You know what I mean? It's a hit.
It really is. I mean, I'm going to tell you who changed the game, even though I think he's a fantastic artist, and who kind of made it's a combination of 2 artists that kind of made mumble rap popular, and it's Lil Wayne and Future. Lil Wayne had bars, though.
He had bars.
He had bars, but then he went to this whole auto-tune shit, and he was on the lean too much. And it really got bad. And
Future occasionally has bars. Like,
see, I don't really listen to Future. Like,
don't listen to Future? No, he's a vibe, bro. He's a vibe. He
Purple Rain, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like Future's like a cornerstone of the mumble rap type of thing, but I feel like there was a few people before him that like Designer was also like
Designer came way later though.
Than Future?
Yeah.
Before Future was big?
Yeah. Way later.
I'd say so.
Future was big. Future was big in 2012. Designer didn't come out till 15.
Yeah, but Future didn't really get big until later on.
No, he was big. Turn Off the Lights was in 2012, dog.
See, I don't know that one.
Good Cushion Alcohol. Okay, Good Cushion. That's one of my favorite songs, still to this day. As long as my bitches love me.
So when rap started transitioning to that, because I'm a very old school type of rapper, very old school. Like my family,
he's got bars.
Who's some of your favorite artists, old school?
Well, my family's from New York, right? I'm not from New York. I'm from here. But my mother, my aunts, everybody else is from New York. And so I don't know if that had much influence on me, but like Biggie,
Okay.
huge influence. Big L, huge influence. Tupac also, but he wasn't from the East Coast, of course, West Coast rapper. I listened to a lot of like old school rappers when I was coming up and I started rapping. And then, I started realizing like people aren't gonna listen to this shit. Like I was rapping over very, very simple beats and whatever. And then
boom baps.
Yeah, exactly. Boom bap rap.
Yeah.
That was really what it was. And then I'm like, all right, I need to switch it up a little bit. So the last album I made,
Thank you. I appreciate that. I know who that is, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, shut up.
What's up, Tristan?
But like the boom bap rap, right? And I'm like, I need to change up my style a little bit. As I progressed through it, I was like, all right, now I need to kind of switch it up. But I feel like I did a good job of making it an in-between type of thing.
Okay.
But I would never do like the mumble rap shit. I would never do any of that.
So I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm working on an album. It's called or a tape because I can't wait for my producer to make the beats. He has this thing where he doesn't like to just make beats and send them to me. He likes to be in the studio and make them with me. And it's Camo.
Oh, okay.
So it's dope to do that, but he lives in Texas. That's not gonna happen. So I started picking out beats, which I'd like to have you as a feature on a track, maybe even two.
I'll be there.
I'll send you the beats that that I selected. Got 8 of them. But I think like a good portion of my tracks are like kind of like I'm going like a hood route. I'm not hood though. I'm hood affiliated. I'm gonna figure out a way to make it work because I'm not gonna talk about killing people and I ain't killing.
So are you gonna say some shit you're not doing?
No. I'm just gonna embellish.
You're just gonna exaggerate it a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But I feel like that's the thing is like a lot of rappers
Embellish. Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
and they'll even take it a step further than that, and it's not like. I don't know these people's situations or where they came from or whatever, but there's a lot of rappers out there who grew up in a suburban, maybe not like a $600,000 house, but they grew up in a decent home with a father and a mother and, different things like that. But they're still rapping about like, I'm on the streets and I'm doing this and I'm doing this. And I always battled with that when I was rapping was like, do I just go full out, just fuck it, like, I'm going to do my own, like, say whatever I want to say, and who cares?
What's the song? You had a lyric, if you want to share it with us. You said something about pushing some kind of car that there's no way you had it. Like you said in a lyric.
I don't know if I remember what you're talking about.
You said something.
Well, I said something along the lines of whipping German engineering.
No, you said something like a Lambo or something, I don't know.
Hey, they had a Lambo at the dealership, and he got to drive it around, man. It was exaggerated, you know what I mean? That's all it is.
Whipping Lamborghinis, I think I know what you're talking about. But
I embellished it.
I think, I can't remember exactly what you're talking about, but I have a lyric, and I don't remember it when I had fucking early onset dementia. But it was whipping Lamborghinis, something, and what I always tried to do was like, talk about where I was gonna be.
Trajectory.
Where I was gonna be rather than where I was at.
Fair enough. Yo, that's Eric, bro. Shout out Eric. We ditched him on New Year's accidentally, or maybe it was on purpose. I don't remember. But yeah.
Oh, you sent it out. So there we go.
I did. Yeah.
Hey, good.
He was supposed to be on the podcast, but
we'll get you on. We'll get you on, Eric.
He lives in Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
Well, shout out.
One of these days we'll get you on.
He's actually the one who introduced me to Lena.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to high school with him, but yeah, shout out Eric.
Eric?
The Chiefs, they clinched the
number one seed. Hey, congratulations, man. You know what? I'm happy for you.
Are you?
I wish I was happy. I wish I was happy for me.
Hey.
We'll
see tomorrow, right?
We'll see tomorrow. We'll see.
Yeah, if it makes you feel any better, I am rooting for I hope the Dolphins get the 7. I really do.
We're gonna have to play the Bills, bro.
Yeah.
It's not a.
You beat the Bills once this season.
Yeah, and we lost to them once this season.
You know what's crazy is
we may not have our quarterback.
What's going on with the Cincinnati Bills game?
Oh, yeah, so
it's a no contest.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Like, what
So
does that
it
mean for the
means
rest of
it
the
means
league?
it just they
It's like
essentially
they never
didn't.
played.
Yeah, they didn't.
So
play.
everyone else plays 17 games. They play 16 games. Whatever your winning percentage is for those 16 games versus the people that did 17, that is what it is.
If I'm gonna link this on my Snapchat, do I just do this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I see it. I see it. I did it.
There you go. You got it.
I'm new.
That being said, they did come up with some interesting rules for the playoffs. So pretty much, if the Bills win tomorrow, right, and the Chiefs play the Bills in the AFC Championship game, it wouldn't be at Arrowhead the way it usually would be. So they'd actually play it at a neutral
site to try to make it fair. Because if the Bills went out, they would have been the number one seed. They had the number one seed.
If they would have beat Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. So since they didn't get a chance to finish that game, there's no way for them to be the number one seed, even if they win tomorrow.
Yeah.
So in all fairness, they're letting the Chiefs get the bye. And then, well, it's not. Again, I get what you're saying, but
again, my entire point is that they're going off of what could have happened. Right?
So here's what's fucked up is you know who gets fucked?
Cincinnati, bro.
Not just Cincinnati.
Cincinnati gets
the
real
fans
fucked.
get fucked, and I'll explain to you how.
Oh.
Everyone that paid to be at that game, I guarantee you they didn't get reimbursed their.
Oh, you don't think so?
I don't think they got reimbursed the money.
Oh,
No, there's gotta be.
It has to be, bro.
Okay, and even if they got some of their money, all their money, the people that flew there did travel plans
for that game.
For that game.
Yeah.
And then the second, okay, so that's the first fan base that gets fucked. And then the second fan base, whoever ends up getting to the championship game, if it goes to a neutral site, that means neither one of their fan bases get to have it in their city.
Correct.
So if they're really diehard fans.
But sometimes it's not about being a diehard fan, it's about being able to afford to travel.
Correct.
So when you say neutral site,
meaning you'll probably get played in Vegas.
It's not going to be. It's just going to be a.
So if it's Kansas City versus Buffalo, they'll play in like Las Vegas or Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Oh shit! So all those Kansas City fans or all those Buffalo fans are kind of fucked because whether they can't afford it or whatever. Well, whatever the case is, they can't go to Vegas
again,
to watch the game.
I might not agree with it. I will say it wasn't just the worst solution ever. However, let's say that it is Kansas City and Buffalo in the AFC Championship game at a neutral site. That shit would be bonkers, bro. Because having about 50-50 split of drunk Chiefs fans and drunk Bills fans, bro. Oh, dude, that would be.
You're gonna have people from LA going to it. Too.
Oh, of course.
Probably
Vegas,
a good amount of people just to be able to go to an AFC
championship game. You know, even if it's not your team, it's still pretty lit.
Yeah,
but
it's cool.
Even still, dude, I'm telling you, they still screwed the Bengals, bro. So, number one, like, again, what happened was tragic, bro. Like, DeMar Hamlin, it is.
I would like to talk about that.
And so that was absolutely tragic. However, you know, Cincinnati did show a lot of compassion. They showed a lot of grace, class throughout the situation is the best way to put it. And so since that game didn't happen, it also affects the Ravens a little bit too, because if the Bills had won, then the division would be up for grabs in the game tomorrow against the Ravens. So basically, because of that, Cincinnati won the division. However, if Baltimore beats them tomorrow in the last regular season game, the Chargers beat the Broncos, then they would do a coin flip for who gets, because then they would play each other in the playoffs as well. If that happens,
like through a wrench.
They flip a coin for who gets that home game. If Baltimore wins that means Cincinnati wins the division and then has to go to Baltimore in their first playoff game.
Even though they won the division.
Even though they won the division.
So you're deep into this. Like you're
Yeah, I love football.
I mean, this team has been relevant for.
Are you real deep into it?
Yeah, absolutely, but bitter.
So
he's happy. He's excited. my team just epically collapsed.
Full disclosure here, I know nothing. I don't follow it. I don't do any of that. Right.
That's fine.
So, but it's cool to see, like people involved in it.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't really follow the NFL. I know the rules and whatever. But
do you have a team? Do you have somebody you root for?
No, not really.
That's all right. You can
drip on them one time.
Chiefs fan.
That's kind of fire.
Sorry. I don't know. I got it from Randy, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's crazy that So what I wanted to talk about is how you guys feel about the whole DeMar Hamlin thing, right?
What do you mean? What do you mean? How we feel? Like it's not like
So
are you pro DeMar Hamlin or against no?
The thing is like you guys are diehard NFL fans.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
So if he would have died, God forbid, what state do you think the NFL would be in?
So
Like, do you think people would be like, "Hey, we need to stop this shit"? Like, we need to.
So, and that's a great question.
I'm gonna come off super insensitive right here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here's the reality: is there's been, I don't know the exact number, but I can tell you it's in the millions. Millions of tackles have happened, and this has never happened.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, that isn't even close to the hardest hit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even in the top probably 50 hardest hits this season.
No, yeah,
Not even close.
Right. So
It was a freak accident.
absolutely.
It's
And
basically a one-off.
And we have no evidence to support that it's actually that impact that did it. We could speculate. I know how Shane came in and was like, man, it's CODIS, blah, 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 whatever the fuck you call
They're
it.
doing tests, but there actually is a good chance that it was that.
It could.
CODIS, what is that?
It's
So
like
it's a condition, CODIS, cardios. I don't know, but
commodus or CODIS.
So essentially, the theory is that he got hit, number one, directly to the heart, like where the heart is. That's where the center
like
of the
pinpoint
impact.
accuracy.
And
Like, did his rib cage hit his heart?
No, it's not.
it's just like essentially his shoulder went again pinpoint
Just like the
to
perfect place.
blunt
It's
force
not.
right
It's
to his-
not just about it being perfect place.
during the cycle of the heartbeat
It's
as well.
timing,
Mhm.
like the exact millisecond. So it had to be that spot,
Like during a certain heartbeat.
heartbeat, an
Oh.
uptick.
So
shit.
when the heart, that split second that the heart is empty of blood, when it's recharging, essentially, is supposedly when he got hit.
Commodio cordis.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
That's the.
and that's the theory as to why he went into cardiac arrest the way that he did.
Oh, there's tons of people that you should have seen Twitter. Twitter's like, oh, I bet he took the vaccine.
Bro, I was
It's
on
Oh,
Twitter.
that was
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, we'll go down a fucking rabbit hole.
That-
and I was
that
already
shit-
gonna go down the rabbit hole.
That shit was foolish, bro.
So like
He's a conspiracy theorist.
huge conspiracy theories.
About
So-
everything or
Everything.
just like
Everything.
Trust
Well,
nothing.
it's not. Yeah, trust nothing.
Okay.
Right. But
He
So-
thinks we're in a simulation.
if we talk about
Talk
well,
about
no,
flames.
not 100%. Not at 100%. Do you have flamethrowers?
No, so dude, this dude goes back to Nebraska right after he visits, and I see him on Snapchat, bro. I'll look it up real quick, but he's just he just got a flamethrower. I was like, bro, where the fuck did you get that from?
I'm not trying to bring race into this, but that's some white shit.
That's it. Oh,
Eric, that is some white shit.
right, right here.
Is
He
that
said-
the?
He said some dude out of the bar.
Hey, you've been leaving me hanging for like
Oh.
6 minutes.
My bad.
It's okay. But so to go back to the thing, right? So this is a one-off injury type
Yeah.
deal, right? One-off injury.
Yeah.
But if you look at the NFL, right, and how many concussions are involved,
Mm-hmm.
you have to bring CTE into that conversation.
Not for this.
Not for this.
It wasn't a brain injury.
It was cardiac arrest. Bro.
If we're going down the rabbit hole.
Like shit. If you're talking about the morality of the NFL, is
No,
that what you mean?
not so much morality, but we all know what CTE is, right?
Of course.
Right.
I don't know what it stands for, but I
You know
know.
what it is.
It's
yeah.
I just
cerebral
read it.
trauma.
Something.
Erection. No,
No, it's a weird medical term. The E is a weird medical term, but so many players,
You
right?
do have that, and I'll have this.
So many players. So the NFL has been sued 1,000,000 times for this, right? And then if you think about what's the
Chronic
movie?
traumatic
Trauma.
I
Is
can't pronounce that word.
And-
Encephalopathy.
Pathy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Essentially repeated brain trauma.
It's just
causing you
your
to
brain
lose-
hitting your skull multiple times,
Yeah.
right? So if we talk, so what's that movie with Will Smith?
Concussion.
Concussion.
It's called concussion.
No, it is concussion. It is
Is it,
concussion.
is it called?
It's
Yes.
called
Yeah.
concussion.
Yeah.
So
I actually haven't seen it.
So
I heard he did a great job.
He did do a great job, right? But it's based on a true story, right? And the NFL has been sued many times about them kind of hiding all the studies and surveys that scientists have had discussing how bad it is for people to get hit that many times.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a big thing, dude. Like Aaron Hernandez, rest in peace, whatever. That was like, they say it's directly related to CTE.
Nah, bro. No. There's no amount of.
Pour me up a little bit.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Thank you, sir.
There's no amount of fucking hits to the head that would cause you to kill motherfuckers. Like he's a gangbanger.
Debatable.
Bro. He's a gangbanger, bro.
Like Brett Favre, bro.
And
he said
there was also a bunch of fucked up shit in his
His early life. I would put the trauma of like, I don't know if it was father or uncle or whatever. There's some sexual trauma. Like he was.
I agree with that, but also having a lot of fucking brain injuries.
I don't think
it might be part of it. Again,
so Brett Favre
probably did have CTE.
Brett Favre said he's had over 1,000 concussions.
Yeah, I think he's this guy steals from his charity.
So you heard about that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna believe shit this motherfucker says. And I used to be a Favre fan.
And it's not so much he's stealing from it, but he's just taking the money from here and putting it into a volleyball team for a high school that his daughter plays for. So maybe he's not stealing.
I mean, that's stealing, bro. He made enough his career.
He's like the opposite of Robin Hood.
Yeah,
with what he's doing.
Steal from.
He's in the hood, Robin.
Steal from the average and get to the rich.
That's fucking funny.
So is it like? So what's kind of your bottom point? Is it you feel like the NFL shouldn't exist? Do you feel like
what? So you're hearing it from somebody who doesn't watch the NFL. Right?
Okay.
So I'm very unbiased to the whole situation because I feel like look at us, right? You got a Chiefs jersey on.
Mm-hmm.
You're a big Dolphins fan, right? So people fucking love the sport.
Absolutely.
The NFL might be, as a sports organization, one of the biggest organizations.
Without a doubt.
It's the biggest in our country.
If
sure.
not the biggest.
No, it's not the biggest worldwide.
It's not bigger than soccer.
Yeah,
sure.
It's not.
But, right?
Actually, it's probably not even top 5 in the world.
So these, these
No, maybe not. But again,
you don't think so?
No, it's not top 5 in the world.
Well, what do you mean? Revenue generated? Do you mean like popularity?
Popularity,
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But
outside of America,
but revenue, I mean, I would
second to soccer.
even
sure.
bet, second to soccer, I would say. It's a moneymaker, 100%.
Yeah.
So they don't want it to go away. But you have to understand that, like, a lot of these guys, right? A lot of these NFL guys, they're getting hurt.
Okay.
Whether it's
I'm about to shut this all down, but go continue.
whether it's neurological, right, physical, or whatever, right? These people they're getting really hurt, and you have this conversation. It's like, is it a safe sport? And then you also have the other conversation where, like,
Can I say one thing before you do?
I'm about to snap.
Can I say one thing?
Say we're all
Right,
we're 20 years old, right? Think about when you were 20 years old.
Sure.
Somebody comes up to you. Somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, I'll give you a contract for $20 million," which is a small contract. I feel like now, I don't know, but I'll give you a contract for $20 million.
They give me a contract for $100K.
But hey, there might be a chance you're gonna get brain injuries, and there might be a chance by the time you're 50, you might not be able to form a sentence.
Okay.
So it's like,
Whenever you're ready.
where's the, and I feel like the NFL, I don't feel like, I know the NFL has certainly stopped a lot of these surveys coming out. They've intimidated scientists, and these people come out.
You left them with a stripper?
He found the stripper on his own, bro.
Okay.
And she had a boyfriend.
Alone, cold, and afraid.
That's it. We'll touch base on that. Later. Continue with
But
this.
anyways, okay, to make a long story short, these people are getting brain injuries, all right? And we're doing it. We're allowing it because not only is the NFL making tons of fucking money, but a lot of people like it. A lot of people like watching football. Everybody you talk to, right? 90%, 95%. What are you doing on Sunday? I'm watching the games. You know, it's a big thing. It's a big fucking thing.
So
it's hard. It's a marathon.
I can tell he's about to explode. So and I'll make this brief for you. So a couple of things. Obviously, I mean, quite frankly, free will, right? You know, if there is absolutely no enforcing any NFL player or any, because keep in mind, NFL is dangerous, but think about fighting in general. Right?
No, see, you're taking my fucking stop.
Oh, you are
stop.
Okay. I'll go a different route then. All right. So everyone knows the risks. All right. I mean, again, even I understand. Yeah, in the past, probably they try to keep things down low. That's what any organization, any company does when there's any kind of shady shit, right? But I think it's as simple as one, they get a bag, bro. I mean, a fat fucking bag. So they're getting compensated, fame, bro, wealth. Again, we can discuss about the time, bro. I mean,
best healthcare.
You play a season and it's 6 months. Obviously, you got to do training, you got to do all that. But for the most part, that's good shit. You're eating right, you're lifting well, you're making a crap ton of money, and you're famous. Go ahead.
And, well,
I was gonna touch on some more shit, but I know.
Well, to that point, real quick, you're absolutely right. Like these people, they train every day, right? They go hard, they're fucking working out, but they've done it since they were probably 13 years old. So you don't get to the NFL or you don't get to a major league unless you're dedicated to it. Like 100% dedicated.
Only the best make it.
Right. So go ahead.
It's my turn. All right. It's like Skip Hamilton.
Yeah, right.
Yo, all right, check this out. And I'm gonna sound insensitive, and if this ever becomes famous, I'll get canceled for this shit later on.
Cancel them right now.
Like, yo, the reality of it is, you're getting paid. I'll tell you this. I don't think any NFL player, and if there is, not very many, aren't doing what they love to do. Okay? Now, not only are they doing what they love to do, they're getting paid at a crazy rate. Even your minimum wage guy makes $800, $900K a year plus bonus incentives to work.
If you just
to work, fucking a quarter of the year, maybe let's call it a third of the year.
More than that, obviously.
No.
Well, off season.
Yes, but training is, bro. That's good for you. That's good for you.
But that's still part of the job.
Yeah, but
job.
The impact and stuff like that, only happens a third of the year.
Roughly.
Okay. Check it. All right, here we go. So not only are they compensated, we'll go pivot to the next sport. So we're gonna keep everything real. We're gonna shut down the MMA. We're gonna shut down boxing too, because that is a sport, bro. That's the entire. It's to hurt people, and they're especially in MMA, compensated way less.
A lot less.
It's way less. You can fight only 3 times a year, and people that are not in the top 10, and some in the top 10 don't get paid well. Actually, most don't. Top 5 you gotta get to get paid well. But most that are fighting in the fucking prelims are making. And they're doing the same thing as the people in the top.
12.
They're making like fucking $10,000 to $20,000
per
fight, and then they gotta give their coach 20% of it. 20% of it, their coach gets it, and then their trainer, and then their fucking nutritionist. All this shit, bro, and they're fucking killing themselves.
So, let me ask you real quick, okay?
I got another point though, boy.
Well, I would. Finish your point real quick.
So now we're going to pivot to another career, because these are careers we're talking here. People are fight career, NFL career. Let's go to the military. Motherfuckers is making $40,000 a year. Lose a leg, nigga. Lose a leg.
That's
and you know what? They get VA disability, but they don't get a lump sum fucking $20 million contract. They don't get that. That's life-changing money. That's that you can make generational wealth. You can open up.
I'm telling you right now, if I got a $20 million check, I'd be gone.
You know who the richest
fucking-
NBA player, the richest NBA players?
LeBron.
Right now?
Jordan, right? You know who's
okay.
of all time.
All time.
You know who's number 2?
LeBron?
Yeah. Okay. Do you know who number 3 is though?
Kobe Bryant.
Nope.
Curry?
Steph.
Nope.
Dwayne Wade.
No one you even fucking know because he's a fucking nobody that bought a bunch of fucking chilies.
Shaq.
No, he's a nobody. Like
You don't even know his name?
I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you his name. This motherfucker bought so many chain restaurants. He took his and he made a modest amount of money compared to the people that are on this list. He took that money and bought franchises. So you give me $20 million fucking dollars, and I guarantee you, I'll turn that shit into a fucking $500 million. I'll do that. I'll do that. You give me the opportunity. I understand how money works. I'll go make that money. I'll go have my money make money. I turned $25,000 into $300K in 4 months. I can do that.
So the thing is, right, is there's multiple points I want to make here. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna make a couple points.
You need a little more?
In a second.
I'm trying to think of the points I was trying to make when I was trying to cut you off earlier. But I'll go back to what you just said, right? So if you get $20 million right now, right?
Yeah.
But you know how to work money now.
Correct.
Because you've lived your life.
Correct. But
Enough
these are kids. I get it.
Correct, right? So we're talking about fucking 18, 19, 20, 21 maybe kids who are getting drafted to the NBA. Maybe they're not getting, or not NBA, or just any sport, okay? They're given huge contracts. Imagine if you were 20 years old, you can't even legally have a drink of alcohol, and somebody says, hey, buddy, listen, I'm going to give you $20 million.
I'm with you. Because I made 140 last year, and I don't know what my 20-year-old self would do with that. Like,
correct.
That. So I get where you're coming from.
But check this real quick, because any prospect that goes to the NFL, right, is going to come up through college. So I don't think it's as malicious as you think. That any draft pick, ultimately, even if you're drafted at all in the NFL, you're going to have some kind of financial advisor. You're going to have an agent. You're going to have someone.
Agent's going to.
And so when you say,
agents don't give a fuck.
but that's the other thing. They're not just like sign this contract and get $20 million. They got to get drafted. They got to prove themselves. Like
the good ones, right? Sorry, I don't mean to cut you
No, you're good.
But the good agents only go to the players who are like, aren't, we're talking about the LeBrons. We're talking about fucking Dwayne Wade's. We're talking about maybe Michael Jordan. I don't know, it was a long time ago. I'm thinking about somebody else who plays for the Pelicans. Zion, right? So Zion is probably the best example of a new age kid who's coming into the game. And you're talking about people who have been in this business for
ever,
probably 20 years, 20, 30 years. And they say, hey, come on, kid. I'll tell you what. I'll give you this, give you this, give you this. Have you seen the Elvis movie?
No, I haven't.
So I haven't really also seen it. I've seen most.
I'm working for it, bro.
Okay, I've seen most of it. So Elvis Presley, right? When he was coming up, he was super poor, whatever. He met this dude. This dude ran a circus that would go around the country. And one day, the circus guy was like, "Yeah, we have a circus and wherever fucking Elvis lived." And he was like, all right, let me see this kid. So this kid plays. And he's like, that kid's going to make a lot of money. So he gets him. He's like, this. Gets him to, they make millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. But this manager was taking 40 or, don't fact check me. But he was taking a lot of money.
Bro, I got something you can actually relate to a little more that you probably know more about. Fucking Jerry. NWA.
Oh,
the manager fucking robbed them.
So perfect. That's
Robert.
a perfect example. right? So
You never seen Straight Outta Compton?
no. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so we talk about
Dude, I thought you NWA. I was thinking the women's national basketball league. That's what I thought you said.
WNBA?
Yeah, that's not NWA. That's what that's
Well,
funny.
you
No,
talk
yeah,
about,
I got you.
you talk about so rapping is really like the biggest example of executives taking away from everybody else. So
Sure.
Drake, right? The number one fucking rapper in the world for a long, long time. He has multi-billion-dollar streams, right? So we're on a streaming service right now, right? So if Drake made $1 off of every stream he's ever had, the dude would be the richest person in the world. He'd be richer than Jeff Bezos. He'd be richer than Elon Musk. Just $1 off of every stream, right? He's
and every platform.
on. Even if you say you had Apple, right?
Mhm.
He had billions of streams on Apple.
I mean,
He
he
had
probably doesn't have more than 10 billion streams, and Jeff Bezos has a lot more money.
10 billion streams, Drake?
Yeah.
No.
Is there a way to
chance.
quantify this? Hold on.
Fact check it right now. Drake has more than 100 billion streams.
Many, all,
And that's on all platforms.
time.
Just anything.
Stream.
So say we do all
Or-
platforms, I guarantee Drake would be on all
No,
platforms.
false.
Let me see it. What is it?
46 billion. But that's still pretty amazing.
$1 per stream. $1 per
That's not how
stream.
they pay it.
Right. So you have to think every time. So you're on YouTube, you're on Spotify, you're on Apple Music, anything, right? So you have an amount of streams. Okay. So I just looked at it the other day. I think I have a certain amount of streams on all these platforms. I think I have 30,000 streams on all platforms.
And that's just you.
Just me, right? My buddy has 100,000. B-Lev, he has 100,000.
Oh, you're talking about your actual you got plays.
plays,
Yeah.
streams. He has, I think he has 130,000 streams over 4 years, right?
Yeah.
So even if he made $1 per stream, he'd have 100.
That's never how the music
It's
industry.
just not how it works.
Yeah, but they're making pennies on the dollar, dude. Pennies on the dollar.
So
No.
I guess so is your point to the NFL? So you think that the kids coming out of college are getting screwed, like
They're
literally
getting-
in with money and
They're
screwed?
getting
Because
I
on the
think-
college
I
side,
would rather be on their side.
on the-
I'd rather be in their shoes.
right? Because again, think on the college side, I kind of see where you're coming from. They're like, because under the table, like before they actually let college players get endorsements and shit. Yeah, there's all kinds of money under the table. They're saying, hey, 10 grand, your family really needs it. You come play for us at this school, and we'll hook you up.
Get gifted with
But
Cadillac.
the NFL's different, bro. Again, if you're going into the NFL, you know exactly what the fuck it is. You like, there's no shady shit. There's no secrets. You know what I'm saying? It's wide open.
You know what we just said? I fell on. Wait, is this? Should I not say this?
What is it?
The number one
You
recruit.
can say it to us, but maybe not this.
Ooh,
Is that a touchy subject?
So they got mad at someone for posting a picture with him. So I mean,
Um,
that's your call.
So
I don't
I'm not
know.
gonna say the details, but
Yeah.
he was gifted something.
Mm-hmm.
Someone.
From Phil on?
I'll
So-
tell you later. I don't.
Yeah,
All
right.
right.
Someone was gifted
Yeah.
something.
All right. We'll talk after.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, right, is when we're talking about how much money is made, right, for these you could do it across the board. Athletes, musicians, fucking whatever it is, right? Musicians are reamed the most out of anybody.
I agree.
Musicians are, and then you talk about a 360 deal. So real quick, for the people who don't know, a 360 deal, right?
It's fucking fucked up.
You go to a label. So say I get signed to a label, right? I get signed to fucking Interscope. Interscope comes to me and they say, hey, buddy, we want to sign you, right?
Mhm.
I don't have any money. So Interscope says, we want you to make an album. Perfect. Okay, we'll give you $1 million, right? So they give me a $1 million advance, right?
in advance.
In advance.
Like a signing bonus, if you will.
No.
No.
It's not my money. It's not.
Oh,
my
so
money.
it's like a
three.
loan.
It's 360.
It's a loan.
So it's a
Correct.
loan.
It's called a 360 because it's got to come back.
Oh shit. Okay.
360 loan.
Damn.
A label gives me $1 million. I use that $1 million to build my album, whether it's
Album,
recording studios,
Advertising.
music
Producers.
videos,
yeah, correct.
all this, right? Touring, right?
Yeah.
So these labels come in, they give me the money, they give me $1 million, right? They say, here's $1 million, go build your album, right? So I do it, I do all of it, right? So I make whatever off the album, right? So they make their $1 million back 100%. So all the first $1 million I make off of that album, they make the money back. None of that money comes to me. None of it. That first
zero.
The first $1 million does not come back to me.
Because you're repaying.
I'm repaying, and it's not like
Fucking Jacksonville.
It's not like they're like, oh, whatever. No, the first $1 million I make off that album, once I release it, goes back to the label. Okay. And then 50% of everything I make after that album goes back to them. So say they give me $1 million, I make $2 million, right? So that first $1 million of the $2 million goes right back to the label, right? 50% of that $1 million, $500,000 goes right back to the label.
Gotcha.
And then they make 33% of everything else I make on top of that.
And so a couple questions real quick. One, is that disclosed up front, or is it kind of like
it is? So if you don't have a lawyer going through your contract, and usually you got young rappers, and most of them, not all of them, but most of them come from the hood, not as educated. So they see, $1 million.
Sign on the dotted line.
I think the music industry is more predatory than the NFL. Way more predatory.
Well, sure. And I wasn't saying, of course, NFL. So let me go back to my original question. If you guys were 20 years old, and
I'm only 24. Like,
okay, so even better. You had the stature to be in the NFL. You had everything you needed. And an agent comes to you and says, hey, man, listen, we're going to sign you to a 6-year contract, right? And we're going to give you $5 million, which is a big contract. It's a big contract.
That is a huge contract.
Huge contract. Or let's say $1 million for 6 years. We'll give you $1 million, but you're dedicated to the Chiefs for 6 years, right? And say you underperform. You're in a contract, so it doesn't matter. You make your $1 million, whatever. But say you overperform, and now you're the head of the fucking franchise. Like Dak Prescott. You're the head of the fucking franchise.
He was the most underpaid player. There was a time he was getting paid like, I'm even kidding you, like $900K, and he was like a MVP caliber quarterback. Yeah, candidate.
For the richest team in the NFL.
But what happened after that?
He got paid and he sucked.
But for 6 years, you're locked in that contract, and say you're a quarterback for the Chiefs, and you perform like Patrick Mahomes.
You're the greatest that ever lived.
You're fire. You're fucking doing your thing.
Here's the
but
thing.
you're locked in for $1 million.
Players, the NFL Players Association.
It's
So here's the thing: if you have leverage, you're a baller. Correct. Okay, I ain't playing for you then.
Sit out.
You sit out.
Sit out.
And if you could cut me, or you could just pay me to sit on my couch.
Do you know how much Patrick Mahomes' contract is? $500 million.
$500 million.
How many years?
10 years.
10 years.
Over 10 years.
So it's like, what is that? $200 million per year?
No, you can't.
It's like 48, 50 million a year,
50
roughly.
million.
But there's a whole bunch of different stuff.
Certain years it's higher, certain years is lower.
I don't think like NFL contracts they don't go down like that. I don't think you fully understand it. I don't mean that in a offensive way. I'm just saying because so they come out of college, right? You get drafted by a team. Your initial pay is going to be largely based off of where you fall in the draft, right? So if you're a first round pick, or especially even top 10, even if you're like bust, you're still going to make a couple million,
So good point to that. Tom Brady, where did he fall when he got drafted?
199.
Right?
And
then he ended up being debatably one of the best quarterbacks in the
Not debatably, he's the best quarterback ever.
Well,
He's the most accomplished quarterback that ever
He's
lived.
a huge Patrick Mahomes fan, so he doesn't want to give him the greatest.
He's the greatest of all time, bro.
He's
You
a
got
GOAT.
7 Super Bowls.
He's a GOAT. And he has a potential to do it.
He's not the most talented. He's not the best right now. But accomplishments, all
you
things
don't
combined,
expect that.
not at all.
You shouldn't expect
Not
that.
at all.
He's been in it for
But
how long?
I guarantee you, like, if you ask someone who Tom Brady is, even if they know nothing about football, they know who Tom Brady is.
Yeah.
Tom Brady is like, because you're right. At first, he wasn't getting paid, but he worked up, and he's worth who knows how fucking much, a shit ton. His ex-wife is worth even more.
So I would like to
know.
see like what his initial contract was.
Oh, it was
He's probably making $600K a year. That's
His
it.
initial
maybe.
contract.
Just keep in mind, this is back in '99, 2000.
Yeah, because there's a time that at least from when I was following heavy, your league minimum was like $300K, $350.
And
do you know what the practice squad makes?
What?
They make
right now, or
they make like, I'm not even kidding you, like $12,000 a week.
right now?
Yeah.
So
I thought the league minimum for practice squad was like $200K.
NFL.
yeah,
I might be wrong.
That seems high.
Do the math.
200K,
12.
Isn't that
48,000,
20
more?
minutes. Practice squad.
15K.
Practice squad goes through all the way from preseason all the way to the regular season. Do the math.
Uh-huh.
There's now 17 games.
So how many months? How many months in the practice season? Is that what we're talking about?
No, so practice squad is the people that didn't make the team, but you keep them there
Just for
your
And they make
games.
$12,000 a week, right?
Here, what does the NFL practice squad make?
I swear it's still like
They make $11,500 per week for 18 weeks, which is
Is that what it is?
$207,000. That's what you get on the practice.
fair enough.
So I'll tell you this right now, right?
I don't think they're underpaid at all.
You should look at baseball. Okay?
No
So-
salary cap in baseball. That's where it gets interesting.
There's no salary cap. So baseball, right? You have your main catcher. So let's use the Yankees. Highest paid team. in the
You're a
world.
Yankees fan, right?
Yeah. I don't also watch baseball. But whatever. So
I didn't see the movie, but fine.
nobody watches baseball. So you talk about like your main catcher for the Yankees,
Yeah.
right? If I had to put a number on it, he's probably making over $1 million a year, right? You talk about your second string. Second string, I'm using football terms, right? But in baseball, you have your main catcher, you have another catcher who kind of sits on the sidelines and he kind of waits. And
Mhm.
if that catcher gets injured, he's in there, right? He's good to go. He's probably making $800,000 a year, just sitting. The bullpen catcher, all he does is he goes to the games and he fucking sits in the bullpen. Nobody knows his name. He's probably making $300,000 or $400,000 a year, just fucking sitting in the bullpen. And all he does every single day is just catch pitches and throws them back. He just throws them back, catches it, throws it back.
NFL kickers, bro. They make millions of dollars in football.
Yeah, but NFL kickers are probably debatably the most important part of the NFL.
I wouldn't say the most.
No.
I don't know.
But you don't watch the sport enough.
I don't know.
However, there are situations where they're the most
It's
important.
important. Yeah, if you have Adam Vinatieri, Stephen Gurkowski, Harrison Butker.
Harrison Butker's been struggling, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, but there was a time that he was
Who's that Raiders kicker?
Sebastian
Janikowski,
Janikowski.
bro.
Bro, I'm
Yes.
telling you right now.
Fucking what is this guy's name for the Tucker for the Raiders?
Oh yeah,
Justin
absolutely.
Tucker.
Yeah,
And
every 66-yard
Every fantasy football team, that's the first one to go.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
Outsider looking in, okay, out of how many football games you watched, how many times does it come down to the kicker on a percentage 1 through 100? How many times?
Does it come down to one kick?
Yeah, the
In the game. Listen, there's pressure, but I'm talking
30,
about
30%.
No. I'm just saying, how many times does that person take that kick to win the game?
30, 20. Who knows?
You'd have to look at how many
It's not
how
as
many
you
games
think,
are
though.
won by.
I would say 50%.
No, not
even close.
So
It's-
50% of the games aren't won by 3 points,
Yeah.
or less, because that's what it was.
Because keep in mind, a game when you get a touchdown, depending on how it is, and then maybe they don't even kick the field goals because they didn't
And
get range.
I'm arrogant to it, so maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel like every game I've ever watched, it came down to a fucking kicker.
The big
They're
games
important.
usually
They're
do.
important. Don't get me wrong.
They're huge.
And if anything, the kicker is the most frustrating part of football because you got like grown ass men going to war out there, hitting each other like it's straight. You're in the trenches, and then you got some soccer player who's good at kicking a ball, John on, and he decides the fate of the fucking game. So,
Dolphins win last week. If
Tyreek Hill doesn't let the ball go off his hands.
Sanders makes his field goal. We lost by 2 points, and we missed the field goal. Like not even a hard one, like a 46-yarder.
Yeah,
that's not. I mean, that's not a chip shot.
If you're an NFL kicker, you need to be.
You get it 40.
You need to be on point from 50
and under. Yeah,
and then you get there.
The crazy thing is, the dude didn't miss a fucking field goal, and then we paid him. And then he misses extra points, bro.
Isn't that almost the irony? That happens sometimes with large contracts. You pay someone and then they start sucking for some reason.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if that's all the time because of a lack of motivation. You're like, oh, I got this.
You got the bag. You secured the bag.
I still feel like, again, there's a lot of pressure. You're on a team. You want to play good.
I don't know. We got off on a tangent. We were talking about NFL safety, and then we go into contracts. Just to go back to DeMar Hamlin, there's a lot of professions out there that you risk yourself and get paid way less.
Military,
firefighters.
Biggest thing is you know what it is. Anyone who's played football for that long, you know exactly what it is.
It's a dangerous sport,
and
it's dangerous in hockey.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude.
Very
Clint Malarchuk, bro, got his jugular sliced on the ice.
Yeah.
Bleed, and he survived.
You're actually the person who showed me that fucking clip.
Clint Malarchuk?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not just that, same thing, supposedly the commodus, cardiotis, whatever.
Yeah.
Slap shot right to the chest. Hard stop.
Did he survive?
He survived and played 2 months later. And so, like, again, thank God DeMar Hamlin's responsive. He's tweeting now, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's
God
bless for that, bro.
You know what I love?
That's
because since he had the breathing tube still in when he first woke up, they gave him a pin to right. He said that we win.
Yeah.
Yo,
that's the mindset, bro.
Yeah.
That is the mindset that these dudes have, and that's the thing. They straight up
at any cost.
Like, who's the big wide receiver for? I think the Bucks. Mike
Evans.
Mike Evans, and they asked him, how do you feel about playing for the NFL after what happened to DeMar Hamlin? He's like, it just makes me want to go harder because I never know when my last day of this game is going to be played.
It's a different
You
sport, bro.
You love the sport, bro. I love to play basketball, bro. I don't make no money doing it, and I be playing like it's game 7, bro. It's game 7. That's how I play. Like, you know how hard it is, bro. I tore my MCL in April, right? I haven't been able to play since. Well, I tried to play on day before Thanksgiving. Hurt myself again. Like
it's an injury. You really like. It's hard to.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it's like, yo, I love playing. Just imagine if I got paid to play. And got paid well to play. Could pay me $100K to play basketball.
And everyone fucking love you. Or, yeah, some people hate you. But, like, you have your own fan base. You have...
Yeah.
I played...
there's a reason why, you play sports as a younger, like, when you're young, and all you dream about is being in the NFL or something like that. You know what I mean?
I played competitive baseball until I was 20 years old. Like legit competitive baseball, traveling around the world, or not world, sorry.
Of the world,
traveling around the country, like
really. What position?
I was shortstop and right field.
Okay, good for you.
So
shortstop's important.
I really played it, like really, really was about it. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to fucking college for this shit. And the coaches would always say, you know, like, I played for so many different teams. And there's gonna be one day, right, where you can't play. One day you're not gonna play baseball anymore. I'm like, man, fucking bullshit. I'm gonna do this until I'm gonna go to the MLB. I'm gonna fucking do this whole thing. I had the whole dream about it. And I was not bad at baseball. I was pretty good. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking get there. I'm gonna get there. And, you know, whatever happened, I didn't get there. Right? I lost the passion for it, I lost whatever. And honestly,
pussy, that's what happened.
Honestly, at the end of the day,
Pussy
like,
corrupts everything.
I didn't work hard enough for it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna be that next level type of person, and in baseball, you have to go through college, single A, double A, triple A, and then you got to make it to the MLB. You got to go through all these steps to make it to that.
So I'll give you an example. Do you think there's not another physically gifted person like LeBron out there in the world?
Physically gifted?
Yes, meaning like size, speed, strength.
In the whole world?
In the whole world?
I think there's probably fucking 60 million of them.
A bunch of those.
Yeah.
The difference is he's that talented, and then he puts in the work. Because there's a point where talent will fail you.
Absolutely.
If you don't have the dedication and the skill.
I'll tell you right now.
And the will.
There's nothing more common in the world than a talented man that doesn't have ambition.
Drive.
Or whatever, right? The most common thing in the world is a talented man that won't work hard enough to get to where he wants. People can be great at everything. Anybody could be great at anything, but you have to be able to have the drive. You have to be able to have the dedication to sit down and be like, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do. There's nothing more common than that.
I'll give you a person that we know, you don't know. A guy who has drive and dedication. Guy Aldridge. That dude, like whatever, he didn't give me the promotion, it is what it is. I have my beefs with him, but I'll always have respect for his drive and ambition. I mean, he was basically a lock tech he cleaned cars and then started his own dealership.
So I was going back to that, right?
That's
So, I think the dude's name is Bill Perry. He was he won 2 Super Bowls with the San Francisco 49ers. He was a kicker.
Yeah.
He grew up in Yoder, Colorado. I think his name is Bill Perry. I could be wrong.
Bill Perry. I'm a fact check your ass.
Bill Perry, San Francisco 49ers, right? He was a kicker. So Bill Perry grew up in Yoder, Colorado. He played for a small town team, right? They would lose a game or they'd win a game, and his dad would make him, for 2 hours after the game, go out there and kick field goals. And he would kick field goals. He got drafted to the NFL, won 2 rings with the San Francisco 49ers, and then moved back to Colorado Springs. He still lives here. He's alive. He lives in Colorado Springs, and he owned a buy here, pay here lot. And, you know, if Guy ever hears this, you know, I don't want to tell a story, but I will. So Guy went up to this buy here, pay here lot. Guy said he, you know, no money in his wallet, whatever. He asked him, how much money do you have down? He's like, I got $12.
That's what Guy said?
Yeah. I'm a buy here, pay here lot. And the guy was like, Bill Perry was like, well, do you want a job? The guy's like, yeah, sure. So he hired Guy as a detailer, right? And then a couple days into the job or whatever the case was, he said, do you want to buy my detail shop? So Guy said, how much does it cost? $200,000. So Guy got with 4 people. They all, or maybe it was 100,000. He got with 4 people. They all got 50 grand together, and they bought
each. Yeah, 100K.
Oh no, it was 200,000.
200K.
200,000. They all got 50 grand together. Guy said, "All right, I'll buy it. 200 grand." He had partners or whatever, right? So they were detailing 4 or 5 cars a day at this little shop for Bill Perry, a fucking millionaire, multi-millionaire, right? And then he was teaching him about the car business, teaching him how to do business. Guy said he would work from fucking 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night, detailing cars. He'd detail maybe 40 cars a day. A year into it, he started detailing 100 cars a day. 2 years in, 300 cars a day. So then guy met another person, started wholesaling cars, right?
Good guys, auto brokers.
So whatever it
That's
was.
what they called it.
But my aunt has known Guy for a long time.
Yeah.
So she remembers she worked for Phil on Ford for a long time in Motor City.
Okay.
Yeah,
Really?
15 years.
Oh, no shit.
I didn't know that.
15 years she worked for Phil on Ford in Motor City. And she says she remembers Guy coming in with a sheet in his pocket, he's slapping it. You remember Ivan?
Yeah.
The wholesaler?
Yeah.
Just like him. He'd come in and be like, I'm trying to buy some cars. Right? So who's selling? So then Guy bought the place off of Auburn, old Recon,
Yeah.
right? So he bought Auburn, and it was just a detail shop. And then he started selling like 4 or 5 cars out of it, a month or whatever, and then moved to Platt. And then he bought Platt. And then had Platt, and he's fucking buy here, pay here lot, doing whatever, and then turned it into like a legitimate dealership at Platt, and then started really selling cars. He went from 5 cars a month to.
Well, so I know there's a certain point where he bought out all his partners.
The 4 partners.
Guy did.
See, I don't know this part.
Yes, he bought out his 4 partners. It got super successful. Then he offered Brian back in,
Oh,
and he makes him pay like 4 times what he bought him out for.
See, I don't know
And
that.
he gets the Denver store.
And then, I just had a conversation with Guy. Probably.
I'm sending this guy.
And so, Guy at your old dealership is
The owner.
The owner.
owner.
No
Back
shit.
daddy.
And the dude
Does he own all of the?
He gets a piece of all of them, but he gets all of what's in the Springs.
What I've been told is he's the owner of the Springs, and Brian owns Denver, and Brian might own a little bit of the Springs.
No, I think Guy owns a part of Denver.
So whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, I had a conversation with
Guy's majority owner of the company.
and the one thing, he's fucking grumpy when we're not making money or whatever. He's a business owner, so it's tough. But that dude knows how to run a business.
Oh, 1,000%.
Knows how to run a business.
Fucking Frank carbon copied his fucking formula.
Well, I love Frank 100%. I fucking
He was here one of the fights.
Frank was?
Yeah, and he owns the dealership.
TJ was too, apparently.
Yeah.
We were there.
Yeah, both there when Usman got fucking KO'd.
Oh, dude, that's wild.
Shit,
I thought it was funny though, because I can't tell you. So many times someone's been like, "I think I've met you before." I'm like, "Yeah, this seems familiar." It's because we were lit and met somewhere.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's funny.
But Guy's a business owner through and through. That dude knows how business works. He just knows, and that's where I want to be eventually. And go back to the first conversation we had during this podcast is I want to be a business owner.
Yeah, I don't want to work.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to work for nobody. I want to work for me. But here's the difference between me and Guy. I want to work for me, and I don't want employees.
See, I want employees.
I don't want employees.
You
I
want
don't want to
people
be a
beneath you?
boss. I don't want to be a boss. I want to be a self-sufficient. Millionaire, billionaire. Fuck it. That's what I want. I don't want to have to, because then you got to deal with this person's problems, that person's problem. You got to be a charity. You got to be a charity to this.
And you
person.
also have to think
You got
about-
to discipline that. I don't want to discipline nobody.
Well, you honestly don't have to be. You don't have to be. I worked for a lot of companies in my life. I think 12 companies in my life.
I think I've only worked for 6.
I worked for a lot of different companies, right? AT&T is a big one. Domino's is another big one, right? If I went to my boss at AT&T and it was or Cricket, right? But it was owned by AT&T. So if I went to that person and was like, "Hey man, listen, I need fucking 10 grand. I need 10 grand. Can the company loan it to me?
Oh, I got a funny story. I know
company-
we're getting up there. We're gonna wrap it up soon.
The company would be like, get out of town. We're not fucking loaning.
No, a guy will do that. He can be very generous. I don't want to have that.
He'll loan you 10 rags.
I don't know. Well, I'll tell you something. This is
He
why.
would lend me.
Let me
Oh,
tell
shit.
you something.
Story.
First week, maybe first month of him working here, he put gas in a diesel, dog. The customer drove it like 100 miles.
What was the vehicle?
It was
like an F-350.
no. It was a 2019 GMC Sierra 3500.
35.
You're talking about like an $80,000 truck, bro.
No.
$80,000.
Can you put gas in that bitch?
I put gas.
You know, Esteban did the same thing, but he realized it before he drove it again.
So they got
So they
drained
just dropped the tank, $800 fix, done.
It's done.
I give you respect, but this is why you'll never be fired. He went and fucking went to Navy Federal, got a fucking loan for 10 grand. USA got a loan for 10 grand.
I'm still paying that bitch.
No.
Still paying that.
Wait, hold on. You got a loan to fix that situation?
Yeah.
So
wow, that was props.
I'm 2 weeks in.
Oh, dude, I'd been like, I'm fired. Fuck it, I'm out of here. Whatever.
I probably would have bounced.
That is what I said. That is what I said. So I came to work the next day.
No.
Right? This is a late night deal, bro. It was like 10 o'clock at night. Right? I put gas in this diesel. I had no idea. Right? I'm fucking 2 weeks into the car business. I put gas in a diesel truck. Okay? This dude, not only, he drove down from Golden, Colorado. Right? What is that? Like a 2-hour drive? 2-hour drive.
No.
Right? I'm like, damn, bro, I just sold a fucking bad boy truck. I think at the time it might have been 60 grand. 60 grand truck. And he's excited to pick it up or whatever. He drives away from the dealership. We go home at like 9:30 at night. And then I think I got like 2 or 3 calls at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm trying.
What happened to his shit, bro?
I was asleep.
Oh,
okay.
God.
I come into work the next day. I'm like, I'm here to sell cars, you know. And the owner of the dealership is sitting in an office. And he's like, TJ, real quick, let me talk to you. And I'm like, what's up? Guy. I'm like, what's up? He's like, last night when you put fuel in that truck, he's like, what kind of fuel did you put in it? And I'm like, I put gas in it. I don't know. He's like, you put gas or diesel?
Oh my God, I would hate that phone call.
And I'm like,
and guys kind of intimidating, bro. He looks like this nicest guy in the world, but he's kind of intimidating.
Yeah.
I learned how to deal with it.
When you know people have money, it's intimidating.
Yeah.
So whatever. So he's like, did you put gas or diesel? And I'm like, well, I think I put gas in it. And he's like, yeah, that's what this receipt says. $96 of gas. And I'm like, okay. He's like, it was a diesel truck. I'm like, oh, wow. And I didn't know what that meant at the time. So I'm like, okay. And he's like, you know, it's like 15 grand to fix this truck. And I'm like,
did he split any of it with you, or you?
yeah, no, he split it. And I'm like, oh,
That's
shit.
fucked. Like, destination fucked.
And I told guys,
I love that dude.
Yeah.
Australian dude.
and I told guy, I was like, I'll just start packing up my desk right now. He's like, no. He's like, it's fine, but you need to start selling a lot more cars. And then, you know, a couple months down the line, we're talking about it, and they're like, well, it's a 15 grand fix, but you pay 10 grand of it, and we'll be good. And I called my insurance. I was calling everybody, and I'm like, okay, I can't pay for this shit. It's like, I'll just take a personal loan out and fucking give it to him.
Wow.
I just took a personal loan out. I got a check from USAA.
Wow.
Gave it to him.
Props to you, dude. I would have been like, sorry, that's my bad. I'm out.
I should have.
Bro,
Like,
I got overpaid.
oh,
I
okay.
got overpaid by. Okay. I sold some cars. I sold some cars that had flats on them.
We get capped on certain special.
But it slid through the cracks, and they paid me the percentage rather than the flat. because he had a new guy doing the books.
So real quick, right? I'm a small dealership. So you get a flat, like if you sell this car, you get $200.
$2,000.
No,
Or,
So-
okay, whatever. But you get
It's
two
$2,000.
grand.
It's
Two grand.
$2,000's the
But
most.
instead of getting 20% of that car, you
no,
get a
40%.
flat.
I hit
Oh,
40%, which means, okay, check this out. The front end gross on it was $21,000. So what's 40% of that?
21,000?
Yes.
Yeah, real quick.
I can do the math for you if you
Can't
like.
do it.
$8,000.
Yeah.
So they paid me $8,000, over $8,000 for it
On one
on
deal.
one car
One deal.
when it was supposed to be capped at $2,000. And they caught it. And I kind of fessed up to it too because I knew it was coming. I just knew. I read the room. And they're like, yeah, you got to pay this back.
But it
It was
it already-
$6,000. I had to pay $6,000.
they already paid you it, right? Though.
They
Like
already paid me. I already spent that shit.
kind of.
So what I did was I gave you $2,000 back, and I was like, you can dock me till it's paid off. The rest, a little bit each month, but I had to pay back essentially $6,345.
Did you end up paying all of it back?
Yeah.
Or,
And see, the thing was, like, with that situation, you're going to be like, fuck you. You know
You
what I
paid
mean?
me.
You
Right.
paid me. It's
That's
in
it.
my bank account. I
But
already
here's the
spent
thing.
it.
Here's the thing. I worked so hard for that deal. Like I worked so hard. That dude was so mad because we sold the car out from under him. Or actually, it was like some shady ass shit, bro. There's so much shady shit that happens at our dealership. People, well, it's getting better. It's gotten better. But people will hide cars,
Yeah.
sell cars out from under you. This
Lie,
say
lie,
it's sold
snake,
and it's
weasel,
not sold.
yeah, all kinds of shit.
Take the car. It gets there. They drive it around, park it in service, and you don't even know it's there to even
And
available to sell.
it'd be hard to keep track of that shit.
Yeah. So, but like, long story short is I had to pay back a large amount of money too. Not $10,000, but I had to pay back $6,345.
I will say his situation's. I mean, it's obviously different.
But the thing
because
is,
You made a mistake. They made a mistake.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
right now. I'll tell
they
you right
paid
now.
you extra. He had to
Yeah.
take out a personal loan, dog.
Personal loan at 24% or 14%.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Bro, sorry,
I'm
Nara,
still
deuces.
paying
Later.
it off.
I'm
Suck
going
it-
to work and
suck
fill
a
out
dick,
for
bro.
them out.
Like a day, I do absolutely. What legally? What do I like? What are the
Legally, you weren't obligated to pay.
adios? Sorry, that's my bad.
So the thing
You're a
I
good man for
apologize.
doing that, but
You are.
I'm just
You
saying.
are.
the thing
I
is,
have been out of there. Adios, motherfucker.
the thing is, right, is like you're talking about companies, right? So if I made whatever mistake at AT&T, a multi-billion-dollar company, I'd be like, all right, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I'm not paying nothing back. Are you kidding me? I'm not paying nothing back. But when it comes to a small company like that, Phil Long, maybe I would have paid it back, but I also been like,
So
so
let me tell you the thing about Guy is Guy has this thing where he's cheap and generous at the same time. Like
I
your
feel that
father
vibe on some people.
dies, he'll fucking give you paid time off for like 2 weeks,
Mhm.
you know, and or you have a baby, he'll give you time off and then he'll give you like a goodie basket, like he gave Mario, one of our latex, a goodie basket of like, you know, diapers and then a $400 Visa gift card, like shit like he doesn't have to do, but does it. Spends $40,000 on a fucking Christmas party.
it's funny you say that because I just had a conversation with him, and he was like, "How much do you think the Christmas party costs?" I was like, "I don't know, so $40,000." Right?
See?
And this is after 3 months of the worst months we've ever had at Springs Automotive Group. Like
It's been that bad.
Recently,
really bad. Really,
You guys,
really
I
bad.
felt like you guys were like bulletproof through all this shit. Because you know what? When the inventory shortage happened, your lot never had inventory shortage.
We were bulletproof. We were bulletproof. I think, right? So I don't see the whole scope of things, but we were bulletproof. October was okay. November was not really that good, bro. In December, I sold 5 cars.
wow. Damn.
Or no, I'm sorry. November, I sold 5 cars because I also went on vacation. But I went on vacation for 16 days in Hawaii. I came back thinking these guys are like fucking 15, 20 car or whatever it was. And I'm like, where you guys at? I sold 4 cars before I left. Roy was at 4.5. Daniel was at like 5.5. Bro,
So it's kind of happening at our lot too.
We're slowly
just not as well. You'll still have people that are still fucking banking, making 20, 30K in a month.
How many salesmen you guys got over there?
6.
Oh, you guys are 6 now.
Oh, I was gonna say we got
33.
We got 33.
Yeah, see, but you also have the capital to back it up. So if you guys have like a bad month, right?
For the most part. That being said, if we had 25 there.
So listen, when I got hired, bro, I was either 26 or 27 sales guy. Bro, that's the perfect number.
Perfect. Everyone feasting at that point.
Check this out. They go into the meeting. They're like, we're trying to get to 400 cars a month. All right, cool. We just need y'all to sell like 10 cars. What the fuck you mean? You want us to sell 10 cars? Don't make us no money.
10 cars doesn't even. It doesn't. It
We don't even hit the next.
Doesn't even hit.
We don't even hit the next bonus at 10 cars.
Yeah.
I ended up at 10.5 last month, and you asked me how much I was gonna make. My washout's gonna be $8,000.
Way more than
what 10 cars.
That being said, that's not terrible or nothing. It's just
$8,000 a month. Think about the customers you used to deal with at Springs Automotive Group and how much they made per month. We're talking about $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
No, I understand that, but that's neither here nor there. I have a certain lifestyle that I live, and that I can't. If I make $4,000, I'm in the negative. It's poverty, bro.
really.
If I made $4,000, bro, yes, I have 3 fucking car notes, a fucking house, and a bunch of other fucking expenses.
You know what my washout check was
What?
for November?
What?
Guess. Just guess.
Wait, how many?
You owe your money.
No.
Okay. Just
Wait.
guess.
Wait.
Just guess.
How much is your draw?
1,500.
Okay, so same. What? You said you sold six cars.
Yeah, 6.
5.5.
I think I sold 8, but 3 were carryovers. So 5.
Washout was a G.
Okay.
It wasn't. It was probably like $100 or nothing.
It was $36. $36. $36 was my washout.
You get some fat PTO.
And
there's no paid time off, dog.
No, fuck no.
You know what my
There's no
paid time off was? $71 an hour, bro. I took 24 hours.
Bro, I got a little less than 40, but I was feeling blessed with that, dog. I was like, you're paying me to be in Vegas right now?
Not only did I have a $36 washout check, it was I still owe $500 to the dealership.
For what?
Because I didn't make enough money to do the draw.
Oh, that's what you're saying. You're saying, oh, damn. You owed them on the draw. Oh, no, bro. That's fucked.
And I was gone for fucking 16 days, so I have an excuse, whatever, right? Whatever it is.
16 days, nigga.
That's a lot. That's over a half.
Yo, this thing, you know how we get shit for like taking time off?
Yeah, for taking 2 days off.
Guy, he has this thing. He's like, you can take as much unpaid time off as you like.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't care.
But there is no PTO.
There's no PTO.
Bro,
How many hours are you logging a week?
A week?
Over 40, obviously.
Yeah,
Has to
over
be.
40. Probably 55 on average.
And you don't.
55
Oh
hours a week.
wow, jeez. And you don't
55
get any paid. You don't get paid time off.
No, but we can take as so last year, bro. I'm telling you, I took probably if we broke it up 365 days, I probably took 80 days off.
Wow.
That's a lot of time, bro.
Wow.
80 days off.
You could not get that at Phil Long. I tell you that.
Hell no.
Paid or
dude.
not paid.
Hell no. Not a chance.
Like I could text guy right now and be like, "Hey, buddy, listen, I'm going on vacation in 3 days," and he'd be frustrated, but he wouldn't say no. He'd just be like, "All right, no problem."
Wow.
No problem. But I don't get paid for it. You know, I
Sure.
don't get like the bullshit, or not bullshit, but I don't get the PTO of it.
Yeah.
And working for big corporations, and that's something that a lot of people don't understand is like, this is not like a corporation. It's a fucking family business.
Small business.
It's
yeah.
a small.
It's a
business.
big small business though.
It's a big small business.
He's the second biggest independent and third biggest.
Third biggest.
You sure?
Still,
Yeah.
I mean,
Southwest.
Southwest and Sharpest Rides.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they were had it.
Yeah, it's us, Sharpest Rides, and Southwest.
Southwest Motors. Southwest Motors used to have like 700 cars on the lot at one time. But we got to wrap this up soon.
yeah. Hour 25.
I know it's
Well
fun, bro. I had a long one like this too. I know.
Longest one we've done so far.
Absolutely. So I want to do this real quick. I know it's going to be hard to do this real quick. I asked you guys to have a top 5 prepared for movies.
Wait, pour me up real quick.
All right.
Here,
You need ice?
No, I don't.
You need ice?
Drink it straight from the bottle.
This is. I got to drive tonight, so I'm gonna slow down right now.
Here's your eyes.
Yeah. We'll talk later. Anyways, yeah, I gotta pick Lydia up.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Top 5 movies. I'm trying to do a top 5 every episode. So I'll start with you, our guest, Mr. Preme.
Top 5.
Can I call you Preme?
Yeah.
Top 5.
It's hard to put movies in like a.
Chris, if you have a top 5 ready, go ahead.
So I can.
It doesn't have to be in order.
I know. I got you. So. It's not gonna be in order because different genres, right? There's different genres: comedy, action, horror.
And it doesn't have to be like what you're. So like a lot of times, I can recognize something as something that's better than something that's my favorite.
Yeah.
So if I ask you your favorite 5 movies versus top 5,
yeah.
it could be. But I'm asking you. So let me specify real quick. This is your top 5 favorite movies.
Hey.
Top 5 favorite movies.
If you're on
How's it
like
going?
an island,
Yeah.
if you're on an island, you have a DVD player. 5 movies you can
Fair
watch
enough.
forever.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you got?
So all right, I'll bang it out real quick. So, A Dead Poet Society. I don't know if you ever seen
Never
it.
seen
Robin
it.
Williams. Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I've never seen it either.
I'm
oh,
gonna put
dude.
this in my list. So.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Dead?
If you
But
want
that's
a
Leonardo.
Dead Poet Society, if you want to talk about an overall feel-good movie, that's absolutely one of them.
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams is in that. It's an older one, but dude, it's so good.
All right.
You guys have seen it? This one, Shawshank Redemption,
That's a great one. I've seen it.
great
So-
one.
Just watched it.
I'm gonna go horror movie real quick. Insidious, bro. Just because of
I think I've seen it.
because of
I
the
did
time, because I was young when I saw that movie scared the shit out of me.
I was terrible.
And like it also had a good storyline too. So I'll do that. Moving into comedy real quick. I have 2 of them: Superbad and Pineapple Express.
Seen both.
Oh,
Pineapple Express. But Superbad was good, but I can watch Pineapple Express.
Pineapple Express
all
is
the time.
amazing. And then
We gotta go.
Fuck
Grab
it.
the fruit roll-ups.
yeah, dude, I fucking love it.
It's
Um,
a David Warner's, motherfucker.
501. I just rewatched it the other day.
Which
I'll
one?
go war movie. Fury, bro.
Yeah,
Fucking
I've
love
never
Fury.
seen Fury.
Oh, bro, dude.
Avery, what the
Oh,
fuck?
dude, you haven't seen Fury?
You're- is
so
that
fucking
with,
good.
Brad Pitt,
Um,
John Bernthal,
Oh,
Freaking,
yes. Shane from
Holes, dude.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf, yes.
Yeah, and then
Oh.
the other guy.
Okay. Fury.
Dude, bro, the
Fire.
part, bro,
Fucking
when
fire.
Last Stand and he quotes the Bible verse from Isaiah chapter 6, and he's like, and the Lord said, "Who will come forth, and who shall I send?"
Bro, I got
And
Isaiah
I- and-
54:17 right here, dude.
And I said,
Tattoo.
"Here am I, send me." Fucking, dude, I love it, bro. It's
Bro,
insane.
you need to watch it.
Yeah. We're gonna watch that sometime.
Yeah.
Anyway, your turn.
It's hard, dude. It's hard. My number 1 movie, I'll say for sure, is Django.
That's a good.
I
That's
mean,
a
Django.
No, Django.
It's Django.
It's Django. But dude,
That's a good movie,
I
bro.
forgot about
What did you forget?
Yeah,
give
there's
me
so
an
many-
honorable. Give me
you
an
can't-
honorable mention.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I've never seen it.
If you want to talk about
Avery, bro, what the fuck are you doing? You never seen it?
dude, who's the movie director? I'm spacing. It's
Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino movies, bro. Quentin Tarantino.
Bro, I got like
movies
5
slap, bro.
All 5 of my movies could be Quentin Tarantino.
Absolutely,
All 5.
so good, bro.
I would say
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It strings out. It's long, bro. It's kind of a slow movie for a while, but the ending is fabulous, bro.
You also have to watch like Quentin Tarantino.
I watched Kill Bill. I watched
Pulp Fiction. Kill Bill's a good
Okay,
one.
so
I watched Django.
Django
Django.
would be my number 1 movie, favorite movie ever. Okay.
We still gotta watch her. Someone's watching this.
Yeah, shut up.
Inglorious Bastards.
Oh, dude, that's another. That's up there. Honestly,
I've fallen asleep on that movie like 20 times.
to be
And
honest,
this
I
is-
might put that over Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I
This
forgot
is-
about that. That's a
This
fucking-
isn't like 1 through 5, right? Just 5.
yeah, just just 5
So, Django, Inglorious Bastards, Interstellar.
That's
I
a good.
still
That's
need
a
to see that one.
That's a good
Corey's
fucking
been
movie
telling me
too.
forever to
Oh
watch
my
it.
gosh, bro.
And I'll tell you why, because I'm a fucking
What the fuck? Are you
Christopher Nolan guy.
doing? What the fuck are you doing?
Bro, no. That Interstellar,
All
fantastic,
right,
bro.
all right. So you got your 5? Is that just
No.
There's another
so,
quote in that I can't think of it, but another quote that gives chills.
Django, Inglorious Bastards, Interstellar.
Interstellar.
I'm noticing none of us have crossed any, so it's cool.
Um,
I got a list of movies to watch.
On an island. I watched Dark Knight.
Okay.
Dark Knight with the Joker. Okay. And then I don't know. It's too hard.
All right, I'm gonna go.
You go.
You think about that.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go in order from 5 to 1. Coming in at the number 5 spot is going to be Hitch. It's a comedy.
Yeah,
I credit that movie to like helping me have because I used to be a fat guy. Giving me confidence to talk to ladies.
Okay.
It's a fun. Have you ever seen Hitch?
No.
Will
Hitch,
Smith.
Will Smith, Kevin
No,
James.
I don't think
it's
so.
fucking.
I'll put that on my list.
It's
Hitch.
fucking great.
It's
I'll
great
lend it
movie.
to you. I got it in Blu-ray.
Great movie.
Hell yeah.
A Blu-ray.
Yeah,
Blu-ray.
DVD.
Yeah.
I got you. Number 4, Dark Knight Rises. So I prefer Dark Knight Rises over Dark Knight, even though I could see why Dark Knight had the better single acting performance for sure. Heath Ledger killed it. But Dark Knight Rises was like kind of like symbolic, you know, it made me understand the difference between fear and bravery. You know what the difference between fear and bravery is?
Yeah, that's a perfect example. The
Yeah.
movie is a perfect example.
Fear, not fear and bravery, fearless and bravery. Fearless, you have no fear, you just do shit. Bravery is you're
afraid,
scared to
but you're
death,
gonna do it
and
anyway.
then he makes that leap,
Yeah.
he catches the ledge.
So in that movie, like he was kind of like Batman was kind of like, you know, I could do fucking anything.
Yeah.
I could do anything.
He's
And then
fearless.
he Bane, and he's like, oh shit.
He had to be scared to take the next leap.
Yeah.
So Dark Knight Rises is
Yeah.
number 4 for me. It was hard. 3 and
2.
no. Yeah, we're at 4. Yeah, 3 and 2 was kind of hard.
Mm-hmm.
I actually bumped 2 to 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with I Am Legend. Will Smith.
Ooh.
So, for a movie that has very little dialogue, I thought it was fantastic.
I haven't seen that movie in a minute, bro.
Oh, okay. I was about to
Bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Sam! Yo, Fred. Was like, no! He's yelling at the dog. Yeah. That was a fantastic movie. Will Smith's one of my favorite actors. Number 2, I've never felt a better cinematic experience, like going to the movies to see
Avatar.
Endgame.
Oh,
I was
shit.
like,
Were we there?
Okay.
We watched it together.
Did we?
When it came out, I'm pretty sure we watched it.
Endgame was fun.
I had chills. I was out there when this dude fucking Falcon says on your left. I'm like, yo, they're here. They're
But I
here.
like that.
And then fucking T'Challa comes out. Mbappe. And you're like, I'm like, Wakanda forever, nigga. That scene right there, and then when he finally said it, because I read the comics, I watched the cartoons where they say Avengers Assemble, bro. I was like, this is lit. So it was hard to not put that at number 1, just because the cinematic experience was nothing like it. A 10-year build-up, 23 movies to get here.
Real quick, and I hate to say this, I low-key kind of like Infinity War more.
So
correct.
Visually, Infinity War is better
because it's also like I didn't read the comics, right? But like from the perspective, you're just like, oh shit, the bad guys just ended the movie and they fucking won, bro.
Yeah.
Tristan, if you're still listening, give me my last movie. 5 movies. Give me my last movie.
So, but Endgame was phenomenal as well.
Yeah, so I think visually, and shock factor, Infinity War was better. But like just the culmination of putting it all together, and you still lost somebody.
I feel
I am Iron Man. Like that
in Endgame.
Yeah.
Right? But so I remember watching Infinity War in movies or
Interstellar. You already said Interstellar.
I said it already, Tristan.
Interstellar.
What the fuck? Good. So like watching Infinity War, I watched it, right? It's kind of like our generation's Star Wars. Like,
yes.
It's like watching these movies, right? So like watching it in theaters and we're like, oh fuck, like Tony Stark's out, and Nebula's out there, like they get separated or whatever, and at the end of the day, like Thanos wins in the Infinity War. He wins. And so
the sun setting, and he's looking upon a grateful universe.
So I don't know if you guys know, but like Homer, Odyssey, everything, like they wrote back in the day, it was all about the hero's journey, right?
Sure.
Like, and there's a whole cycle of it.
Yeah.
So Thanos, according to the hero's journey, was the hero.
Yeah.
Thanos was fighting these people, and
Infinity War was his movie.
His
movie.
Yeah. So at the end of that movie, I'm like, oh, fuck. But then going into Endgame, I'm like, damn, bro. And like,
how are they gonna fix this shit?
When Captain America is sitting at the, surrounded by everybody, he's like, how does this affect you? They're all talking about it. It's like, fuck, bro. Like, and seeing that like deserted stadium, I think it was like
or might be Yankees. It's New York. It's New York.
Whatever it was, but
Saving Private Ryan. I actually haven't seen that one all the way through.
Are you fucking?
But I was a kid. I've never seen that as an adult.
Bro, watch it. You know what? That's my 5th movie. Saving Private Ryan is a great fucking movie, bro.
All right, I'm gonna get you.
What's the
number one? Number one. I'm gonna give you a little backstory. Okay. So, and I think maybe I didn't tell you, but when I was younger, I had a friend that started telling me that he lucid dreams. So I started like obsessing with it and trying to learn how to control my dreams and do this or that. And I started writing a book about a kid who learned how to lucid dreams and he created his own world. Okay. So the reason why this movie means so much to me is because I wanted to present the dream realm the way they did, maybe a little bit different, but for the most part. So Inception is my number 1 movie.
Bro.
Like
I would replace a movie with Inception. I'd probably replace
Inception is such a great fucking movie. It's like
it's the concept, bro. It's one of those.
it's yo. Do you know there's only one soundtrack the whole movie? They play it in different pitches, different speeds, rewind it.
Are you
It's
serious?
all the same.
I didn't know that. That I
So
didn't know,
depending
bro.
on what level of the dream realm, the soundtrack is based on that. Like there's so many little key, like little details, and it's just sick.
So
Damn.
so Inception, right?
Yeah.
Made by Christopher Nolan.
Oh yeah, I love Christopher Nolan, who
So-
also did the Dark Knight
He
series
makes some
Did the
great fucking
Dark Knight
movies.
series
and Interstellar.
in
And
Tenet.
And Tenet was great.
I haven't seen that one.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, I've watched Tenet 7 fucking times, and I have no idea what's going on. No idea.
That reminds me of look. Have you seen House or Cabin in the Woods?
No, I haven't.
Oh, crazy! It's just, bro. It's one of those movies. You're like, I don't know what the fuck's even going
Yo,
on.
Tenet is wild. It's like
Is it?
fucking.
So you know in
We gotta wrap this up.
I know.
We gotta wrap
you know
this
it's real quick Inception, right? So when the hotel's spinning,
Yeah.
up. Mhm.
right? You know that was real. All of it was real.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like they put a big ass thing in a warehouse, right? They put it on a centrifuge, so it rotates, and then they built a set of the hotel. So you remember when Gordon Levitt, right?
Yeah.
Right, and he's like running up the walls,
Yeah.
and that's all real. It's 100%
Yeah. I know.
100% real. It's all real. So in another example, Interstellar, you haven't seen it.
No,
right?
I haven't.
Have you seen it?
Oh hell yeah, Interstellar. Love
You remember in Interstellar when he's driving through the cornfields chasing the drone?
Okay,
The,
that's at the beginning of the movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan bought 600,000 acres of cornfield.
He couldn't just borrow some.
Yeah.
So he bought 600,000 acres of cornfield to shoot that shot, and he sold the cornfield for profit after the movie.
Oh, I bet they're like, this is where Interstellar was filmed. Fuck.
So and then what was the other thing? Centrifuge.
So we gotta wrap it up.
We need
Yeah.
to wrap it up.
So have you guys seen Tenet?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that one.
So you've seen Tenet, right?
Yeah.
You remember when they crashed the Boeing airplane?
Yes.
That was real, 100% real. All of it was they rented a plane and they drove it into the fucking hangar. It was cheaper to do that rather than do CGI.
That
It was 100% real. All of it was real.
that yeah. Christopher Nolan's a G.
He is.
That's the thing with his Batman series, and we're gonna wrap this up.
We have to.
I'm
Bro.
gonna say this last thing, and then you'll do your outro and we're out. The reason why his Batman series was so dope is because they try to make it more realistic, and that's what he does. He tries to make it real. He's not like Michael Bay,
Just explosions
explosions
and bad guys.
Yeah.
That's why the Batman series was the best series of any
the Dark,
Batman.
the Dark Knight for sure. I did like Robert Pattinson, but we'll get you'll be on for another one. You got us our longest podcast.
143.
This might be the longest of. Hey, it's number 60. But do you want to tell people how to reach you,
Yeah,
or
man, tell
no, absolutely not. Well,
on the DL.
TJ,
Hey, well, I'll tell you right now, thank you guys very much.
Well, thank you,
I
man.
appreciate
Thank
you.
you
Oh,
for
yeah.
having me. Thank
If
you
you're
for
watching on the
Appreciate the energy.
podcast, I mean on the YouTube, you know how to reach us. But Awesome Life Entertainment on YouTube,
Subscribe.
Awesome Life Entertainment on SoundCloud. We're going to be on Spotify and Apple Music sometime soon. I am Mr. Phoenix,
Hero Chili.
and this is episode 60. Tune in, turn up, let's go.
We out. Go
Bye.
Chiefs.
Bye.
Oh, dude.